Alright then, so this was an entry that was on itch.io that wasn't from the 2018 to present day 70 URLs. And that was Hellion 70 URL, which is made for a 2015 70 URL challenge. It is a mashup between traditional roguelike gameplay elements and bullet hell third-person rail shooters. What if Starfox was turn-based? You'll have the basic idea. Alright, so this is basically Hellion. Here's basically the controls basically for it. And we'll basically go down to how to play here. So you control a Hellion fightercraft and must make your way through several zones battling robotic enemies bent on the destruction of humanity. The game is turn-based and grid-based. Your ship constantly moves forward, although some enemies let you control this. You must move it around on a grid to avoid enemy fire, destroying enemies and collecting useful items. Only moving and using consumables or thruster items takes a turn. Toggling power modes, trashing items, or activating a weapon are free actions. Weapons that are active will fire constantly, provide enough weapon energy available, and is not on cooldown. Your craft will be destroyed in one hit, but you do have a shield, which can protect you from projectiles and explosions. Be careful. Once the shield has been hit, it must recharge to full power before it becomes active again. Your shield also cannot protect you from collisions with large mass objects like asteroids or other ships. These will kill you instantly. You have 3 energy pools to manage. Red, weapon energy. Use to fire weapons, slowly recharges. Blue, shield energy. Your shield will absorb the energy of a bullet or explosion, provided your shield energy is full. Slowly recharges. Yellow, fuel. Use to power maneuvering thruster items and continuously depletes as you fly. Be careful, if you run out of fuel you will die. Correspondingly, you can distribute power to one of the 3 different subsystems. Weapons increases the rate of weapon energy recharging. Shields increases the rate of shield energy recharging, or fuel decreases the rate of fuel depletion. At the end of each stage, you will be able to buy upgrades for your fighter using the credits you've collected. The available options will change each time, so you never know what you're going to get. Now, I will note there is basically a story for this game, but I basically already spent a couple minutes just going through the the readme here, and let's just say that this is a story here, and there's the first part. There's the second part of it. There's the third part of it. So yeah, I could read through this, but it just would take 5 minutes basically to read through this entire story here. So I think we'll basically skip that. You can basically stop to read if you want to, but whatever. Alright, so here's some tips. Pay close attention to the radar display on the left of the screen. It will help you judge distance. Nearby enemies and projectiles that pose a danger will be highlighted in red on the grid. Do not rely on this too heavily, however. It is not foolproof. In particular, beware of enemies changing direction or firing new projectiles at point blank range. Similarly, if the timing is right, you may be able to dodge between incoming projectiles even when all seems hopeless. Stay in fuel conservation mode as long as you can. You'll need every drop of fuel to complete your mission. Your inventory space is very limited, although it can be increased with upgrades. Trash items you don't want to clear space in your inventory. This will break down the items for useful resources, which equates to a handful more credits to buy upgrades at the level end. So basically, trash items to clear space and get stuff. To help tell which square a distant enemy is in, move the mouse over to grid. Entities in the cell the mouse is over will be highlighted. Deactivate the weapons when not needed to save energy, and make sure they are available when you want to use them. Press Q to quick toggle the last used weapon. Alright, so that's basically a rundown of what Helion's basically all about. I'm basically gonna have this over here to see the controls, but Hellion. Press any key to start. And this says maximize, so that's nice. Alright, so basically for those who are familiar with Starfox, you basically have your little ship here basically doing its thing. Now you can basically see there's 2 types of radar here basically to help you out. You basically have a sort of enemy radar right up here and this side, which basically tells you the distance. So basically this sort of top-down view where you can see where you basically are right here, and it's first X tile, and then down there in distance the enemy. You can see the projectiles right there as well. there's like an asteroid coming in the distance as well, etc., etc. Now, I will note there's the thing about this game is that it's like, it's kind of interesting, this game, because you basically have like different types of like, mode for like, using like the fuel and stuff like that. And you basically see like, press like E here, for example. That'll be like my weapon mode. If I press like, R, there's like shield recharging mode. F is basically like fuel conservation mode, stuff like that. I can activate this if I want to basically toggle the weapon, but we'll turn it off for now. Now, I will note this is a game that we can play with the mouse, and it probably makes more sense to basically play this with the mouse than like a keyboard, just because like how it's basically laid out. So we'll do that, I think, for now. It's probably worth noting, by the way, these shots here, it's kind of hard to basically tell where to basically aiming at, but if you can basically like sort of like see like the sort of like line of basically on right here, you can basically see like what tile basically in. So basically down there you can basically see like this is like the tile basically being fired at right here. So you can basically see like how they want to basically do that. So let's just go here. There's basically an indication that cell's gonna be hit in a moment, by the way, so that's a thing. By the way, there's the asteroid over there, so it's basically going to this corner right here. And you can see, by the way, that like these ships basically they like they basically like move like 2 squares at a time. So this guy's down here apparently. Alright, let's try firing at this guy here. So we're gonna activate our weapon here. So here's basically one of our shots. And yeah, there's no sound for this one, by the way, so that's a thing, but whatever. Anyways, I just fired my weapon basically at this guy right here, so kaboom! Alright, now when we basically kill enemies, we can basically like, do these like, pick up things we want, so we want to basically pick up this like, fuel resource right here. Note that the fuel resource move like, a little bit slower than like the shots here, so that is a thing to watch out for. And plenty of asteroids over there with like the fuel like, thing over there, I guess, so that's a thing. Odd. Oh, you know what? To figure something behind this like asteroid here. Oh, you can't blow up asteroids. That's good to know. Something just exploded, I guess. Alright, so note that it's basically a pickup base right there. We just pick up a weapon battery, so consumable instantly restores your weapon energy to full capacity, so basically lets you fire more. Here's basically a roll thruster, so do a barrel roll! Now, I'm not sure you noticed this, but this guy over here is basically very mobile over here. So you have like, mobile like robots, and we have like, non-mobile robots. Alright, that's kind of stupid, by the way, because like, I basically barrel roll over here, but not really that useful, really. Maybe I'll hit that guy, we'll see. This is down here, apparently. Now, I will note that the main killer, like, in this game is basically running out of fuel, so I'm gonna make my way over to his fuel if I can. There's some fuel basically for me. Yeah, that's basically something I open this game by. I don't think it's very balanced, but I do like the idea basically how it basically works. So like, you're basically flying around like, avoiding enemies and stuff like that, so usually supercharge. Deflecting all projectiles for a brief period, basically, so that's nice. And something just blow it up there, I guess. There's some more fuel for me. Let's just fire to, Astro here for a little bit, see if it can being blown up. If it can, it's not being blown up very quickly, so... Oh! So I did blow it up with a few shots there, but, it took a while. Alright, now this is basically the boss fight down here, by the way, so... We have the boss fight now. I know the boss fight's pretty difficult, because you have to basically, battle against this guy who's basically, hell bent on killing us for the most part. Just gonna turn this off. Basically, this guy moves around a lot, so he has to, really try to hit him. Gonna turn this off while I basically, get this thing. So there's basically a trash weapon battery, so I got some, credits basically for that. I think my shield took a hit there, but whatever. He basically, killed the boss before he, killed us. Now, I'll note that a major thing I, sort of dislike about this game is the fact that you basically have to have, fuel, basically do a lot of stuff. So your fuel basically goes down a lot here, so you always have to, your refuel, with your, credits here. So this is refuel right there. Supercharge your shields, do this stuff here. I would like to have, more, fuel storage, but, they didn't give me that, so... Let's just get this. Improve fuel distraction. So each thing basically more fuel. That would be nice to get, but whatever. Have to work with what you got. Let's just go to fuel conservation here. Let's just trash that to get a little bit more money. Let's trash this. And that. I'll obviously get this fuel instruction because that's just very useful to be able to get more fuel when you basically you're running around. All right, so we got ourselves this sort of land-based environment now, we're basically on here. So you're basically up there apparently. Now I think these mines, by the way, they're gonna chase you down, see if it's gonna be proactive and basically trying to fight them. You're up there. That might kill him, that might not kill him, we'll see. Oh, that's a giant explosion in my face. So yeah, basic explosives will hurt you if you get hit by them, of course, so... Have to be careful of those. This is gonna hurt. So there goes my shields. Ow. There's some fuel at least. He's out of the way. See, I don't know if there's like, these things basically explode the crash pattern, so if you basically like, don't blow them up in time, they'll sometimes like, blow you up like that. That's what basically happened to me. Can I get that in time? I'm not really sure. I think this enemy likes to follow us a little bit, so... There we go, we got him at this time. Yeah, sometimes it's just better to like just leave your like weapons basically firing at all times, so... I don't think I can get that now, so that's unfortunate. Well, it's, just like when he's like, sort of like railgun shooters, basically. Stuff like that will happen, you just have to deal with it. I got a hit! Oh, got another hit. We're gonna get that plasma cannon, because why not? I can always use a second plasma cannon. I don't, can't fire. I don't think I can fire twice, by the way, so it's like, Yeah, you only have, like, activate a weapon, like, at a time, so... Oh, okay, so that's basically how it works. You can, like, fire off two weapons at once if you want. There's the boss down there. There's a lot of firepower coming my direction. And yeah, this guy's basically like, this guy basically is veering off base to try and fight me, but whatever. Mass driver propels matter at high speed over long distances, so... That's like a super weapon. Awesome. There goes him. Okay, so it's not perfect if they basically move out of the way, but Oh, that's a hit. I sort of ran out of energy here, so... Fire! Just keep firing! You can see like where it's kind of useless, like, being able to fire like this much at him, but whatever. Here we go. Alright, well, we got through like the second zone here of like, Hellion. I'll basically try and like go through like all the zones before they start repeating themselves. I think there's like only like 3 zones and like it repeats back to space, so that's a thing. But whatever. Improved thruster efficiency, maneuver thruster items cost 50% less fuel per use, so not bad. Let's just go in here. We're just gonna go sell this. That's useful. I just want to avoid being hit, I guess, by stuff, so that's not bad. Like have around that one right there. This is actually one of the first situations where I actually have like enough fuel, basically not worry about that so much. So, I already got myself enough inventory space, I think. So, let's get this and this. Oh, we got enough space, for it. Why not? Let's rehead it off. Alright, so yes, now we're basically on the ground here. Hooray! Now, if I recall from these guys, like they basically like you'll follow you around, so you have to be very careful of that. Probably turn this off right now, but whatever. And you can see these guys like to sort of follow you around, so. Different enemies do different stuff. Oops, I just took a hit there. Well, that's a good time to use this, I guess. I should probably have this basically on. I'm using a lot of weapon power for like no reason, so. Turn this off. Pulse bomb sends out a shockwave blast, damaging everything in the local area. Very useful, like just get off me type of like weapon. I can't get to that in time, I don't think. Oh, you can see that the trees probably will hit you if you're like not careful, so. Stuff to watch out for. Yes, they're scattering. Let's stay for this one. So here's a plasma cannon Mark III, the best and most efficient cool plasma cannon in the market. So it's got a little bit more like energy cost, but I guess it probably has more damage. Like this. Oh, look at this! It's basically like really fast firing. This I wonder here. Fire! Fire! And there we go, we killed off the boss. Alright, I think at this point it's going to start resetting the levels, so we don't get like any more, like, you know, new levels than like what you've basically seen thus far. It starts to repeat, so... Ooh! I can have more than one weapon active at once, that's interesting. Heavy duty weapon hard. Direct power to weapons now gives 2 times the recharge boost. Ooh, nice. Oh, this is like a different zone. It's still in space, but you know, it's got a different background, I guess. I should just trash that before, like, you know, it takes up space. Fire! Fire! I blew up an asteroid? I would have liked to get that, but oh well. Crap, that's a lot of fire power on my way. Oh, I didn't have to basically stay here. I should have avoided that. It wasn't really worth picking up. Well, that kept me from dying. How long does that last, I wonder? Note to self, if you're basically in the super shield mode, it doesn't actually stop you from, like, you know, dying from, like, blowing up stuff like that, I guess. Alright, so that's basically Hellion 70 RL by Paul Jeffries. And I really like the idea of like the game where, like, you know, it basically has a sort of railgun shooter to it, but at the same time, it's basically, like, you know, in a sort of, like, you know, turn-based, like, you know, really type of format. So I thought it was, like, an interesting game to basically show off, and hope you guys just enjoyed it. Take care.